We're learning about finding the probability of an event. So this is the notation that's used, the probability of an event occurring, and in here we put what the event is. The probability is the number in the actual event divided by all the total things that could possibly happen. So that's the... With probability, there's a few things you need to know. First, the probability of an event is always between 0 and 1. Always. The probability of the event always equals 0 if the probability is impossible. So if something can happen, like you have a bunch of purple marbles in a bag, what's the probability of getting a red? Well, it's impossible. They're all purple. So that's it. 1 is the probability is certain. So in this same bag of marbles, if I have 6 purple marbles, what's the probability of me getting a purple? Well, that's 1 because it's going to happen. So the probability of event occurring is always in between 0 and 1. Okay, so anything in between, so we start at 0, go to 1, anything in between can be written as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. Okay, and that's probability. That's it. So the probability of an event not occurring is its complement. Now you've seen this last week when we did sets. But the basic idea, the probability that it will rain today is that's 70%. That's the same as saying 0.7 or 0.70. That's the probability that it will rain. What's the probability it will not rain? Well, that's 1 minus 0.7 or 0.3 or 0.30 or 30%. Like I said, you can write it any way that you want. Okay. If the probability you will pass this class is 80%, what's the probability you will not pass? Well, that's 20%. Okay, so this is just basic, straightforward one event probability. So how many pieces are there total? So we're going to look at these, and these are black for sake of our thing, and these two are gray, and these are white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 total. So whenever we're doing the probability, that's the total outcomes. That's always going to be your bottom number. If you spun the spinner one time, so it's going to look like this. What's the probability we'll land on a gray piece? Well, these are the 2 gray pieces. There's only 2 of them. 2 of them is that probability of it being gray, so that would be 2 out of the total 8. So that's it. What's the probability it would land on a black? Well, there's 3 blacks, so that's 3 out of 8. What's the probability it would land on a white? Again, 3 out of 8. What's the probability of it landing on a black or gray? So there's 3 black, 2 gray. So either one it says is fine, and you win, whatever. So that would be 5 out of 8. Generally, when you see or, you add the things together, or count them all up. Another example here. It's just, excuse me, mine's nice in color. Sorry. How many total pieces are in the candy box? So we just simply count to 15. So this is, again, the total number is always going to be our bottom number. What's the probability of selecting a cherry piece? We'll count the cherries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lemon, there's 4. Oh, I'm writing too big for this, sorry. So a probability that there's going to be a lemon piece, well, there's 4 lemons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, probability it's grape. So try these, the rest of these, and we'll come back. Okay, you should have gotten 5 out of 15 here for grape, because there's 5 grape. Which one would have the highest probability? That means which one has the most number of pieces? Well, cherry has 6 of them, so we're more likely to get a cherry than anything else. Lemon is the least likely. Okay, we have 1 die, so a die has the numbers 1 to 6 on it. What's the probability it will land on a 2? Well, there's 6 total possibilities, so it's 2 out of 6. You can reduce that if you want, not totally necessary, but you can. If you were to roll a die 1 time, what is the probability it will not land on a 4? So we're saying everything but a 4. So there's 5 of them there. If we roll a die 1 time, what's the probability of it landing on an odd number? Well, 1, 2, 3. So that's it. Have a good weekend.